trucking. Got my chips cashed in, keep trucking. Like to do the man together.
My name is Tom Scheuerlein. I was born July 7th, 1938. I started working when I was 11 years old. I peddled papers for 3 years. Then I set pins when I was 12 years old. I have always worked, which I think is really good because I was very fortunate enough to be able to raise my family in dignity. In other words, I never had a fortune, but we always ate well and they were clothed well. Grandma and I had all 5 boys by the time we were 28 years old. I met Grandma when I was 20. She walked into a place that I was having a few beers in where young people used to hang out, and I said, wow. And she, took me too. That was it. I was hooked. We were married almost 62 years when Grandma passed away. And there were ups and downs, but all in all, it was a great 62 years. Grandma followed me in 1987 to South Carolina. She didn't want to go, but she went. And Tommy and David came along with us. We were there for 3 years, and we had a good time. Tom stayed about 1.5 years, but David stayed the full 3. Then we come back. The reason we came back, we started having grandchildren. Chelsea was born, then Megan, and the day before Grandma left, I stayed a week later because I had to close on the house, but the day before Grandma left, Nikki was born, and then the whole rest of the family came about. And it's been a great life. I made mistakes like everybody has, but if I had to do all over again, I think I would do the same. My one regret later on in life is that I didn't have a couple more children, because children are the joy of your life, and they are like Social Security at the end of your life.
Oh, your grandfather's the guy I went to when I effed something up. And I was scared. I would always go to your grandfather and I would say, what do we do? Pop. No, I'd be like, Pop, I think I got a problem. No matter how bad it was, he always knew to say, all right, it's not that bad. Right. And sometimes it was horrendous. And of course, I'm missing at times, a lot of times, my son Kyle and my mom. And I know my dad is missing Grandma. And believe me, but we're still living and we're enjoying the life that God has allowed us to live still on earth, you know? Hey, well, here you go. Okay. Oh, I knew he'd cry. That's all right. Come on down. But you got to get him used to it. That's how I got him used to me. Hey. Oh, he didn't want you touching his walker.
There's no way, there's not enough words to say how
describe
I feel
what your heart
about,
feels for my mom. I know.
I'll never live long enough to say it, but there could even be a TJ the Fifth coming along, you know, which your father will probably see, but I never will, you know. In other words, Kyle has left behind something wonderful.
You know what?
We were living in our first house when I got that car.
And I remember you telling me you were like really proud of yourself at that point in life.
Well, I felt good because things were going good for Graham and I. You know, and
was Dad born then? Was my dad born then? When you got that car?
Huh?
Was my dad born yet when you bought that car?
Yes, your father was born. David was born too. In fact, your father, if things would have went just a little bit different, your father could have been killed. Because, no, wait, David was not born yet. So we were taking Timmy, Danny, and Jimmy to see Santa Claus. So we dropped your father off at a friend's house of ours, so she babysat for him. So when we, oh, look at that. See the plane pulling it?
Yeah.
I saw that yesterday.
Yeah, you can advertise with that now because there's so many people on the beach.
Yeah.
You may as well fly something over there and say, hey, come get a drink at the Purple Moose Saloon or whatever.
So anyways, this woman babysat for your father. So we stopped off. We had taken the kids downtown to see Santa Claus. So we stopped by, picked up your father. And I don't know. Well, anyway, somehow or another, I dropped Grandma off, and your father was in the back seat. And Grandma said, you got to go to the store. Do you want to take Tommy with you? I says, no, take him in. Well, it's a good thing she did, because this drunk comes, this bar across the road from the little store. He came and he plowed right into the side of the car and left a big gaping hole on the passenger side. So if your father had been in the back seat, he was dead. These little kids, when they look up, they'll say, oh my God, he was way back then, you know? First meaningful shop I ever worked with was Mohawk Tool and Die.
Yeah? Mohawk was the
I
first one?
started there in 1961. I had worked in a couple shops before that, but that was my saving grace. That was my saving grace.
Okay.
Because I met this foreman who not only took a liking to me, but he saw potential in me and gave me all the work I wanted.
Started showing you the ropes.
Yeah.
All right. What was his name?
Bill Evans.
Okay.
I
remember you've talked about him before.
Yeah, I kept up with him until the day he died.
Maybelline, why can't you be true? Oh, Maybelline, why can't you be true? You done started doing the things you used to do. As I was motivating over the hill, I saw Maybelline in a coupe de ville.